It's like we've been doing this for like forever and ever and ever.
I mean, it's almost like that, yeah. My dogs are barking.
Wow.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Black Mind Podcast episode Dogs Are Barking. Oh my god. Episode 102. My name is Jeff. Joining me as always, the destroyer of worlds, the healer of healers, Josh. What's up, man?
I'm destroyer of worlds and healer of healers. You know what? Sure, I'll go with that.
I think you deserve an upgrade over your previous rank of useless bumbling buffoon.
I thought my previous grade was dude with axe that kills people.
I mean, that was your medal ranking, but we were playing Overwatch and Mystery Heroes, and
right?
And that was fun. The salt was flowing.
Oh yeah,
Rage
totally.
was there.
Like Jesus, like no matter what character you're given, the game just hates you enough to be like, oh, you want to be, have a decent game and you want to win? Nah, fuck that. You're just gonna be Symmetra all the time.
Don't you want to be Symmetra? Why don't you want to be Symmetra? She's like the best character of all time. It's like, no, she isn't.
Stop it. I can't fucking deal with this. I can't put out her turrets fast enough. Fuck, I'm dead. And that's usually how it goes.
Also joining us this week is a man who's tired.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I've been standing outside in the rain all day doing concrete. I have no topics to discuss today besides E3, but I'm here to be your straight man today.
Nobody's really excited here for E3 because we're all kind of like, meh.
To quote Mittens and Socks, Gorilla, meh. It's not that I'm not excited. I'm actually really excited for this because there's rumors going around about things like what's potentially being in development for the PS4 and the Xbox, as well as there's a small Nintendo trial of 30 minutes long where they're showing off things like Mario Odyssey and stuff like that. Although the thing that's got me actually really excited is the fact that Microsoft has, their standard 90-minute block, and the comment they made today, just like earlier today, was we're gonna run longer than 90 minutes this year, just a little bit, and I'm like, okay, that's either one of three things: one, new console, which I highly doubt.
Well, it's probably gonna be Scorpio stuff.
Well, that's the thing is, what I mean is like them updating, like releasing a new version of the Xbox One.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that.
I don't think it's going to be that. I think two, there's a new flagship game they're going to be pushing this year, which is actually probably a really big one, but that might be at the start or middle of the show, so kind of unlikely.
It's all Phantom Dust.
Three, they're going to announce something for all that, like a lot of Xbox fans have like wanted for a long time to come back to the system, like
Phantom Dust.
Like
Phantom Dust.
I don't think it would be that. I
Gundam
think if
Build
they're going to announce
Fighters
that,
or Ford Mustang GT. Halo 6.
Halo 6 is not being announced this year. 343 has already come out and said that.
Yeah, we already know.
What I'm actually really excited about is the fact that it would be really cool to see
A new Crackdown?
New Crackdown would actually be stupid cool too. Actually, what I think it might be is them turning around and dropping announcements for remakes for some of the old Xbox games, or a new cycle of development for like some new Xbox feature that might be coming in, which would be nice. I think that's the most probable of the one. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. NVIDIA is also supposed to be dropping the new graphic releases new graphic card driver.
Yes, because we totally know that NVIDIA plays totally by the rules of the unspoken rules of PC gaming.
Oh, what's these unspoken rules that you speak of?
You don't immediately try to fuck over the competition by creating a monopoly. So
I mean that's just general rules of
business.
business.
I think, I don't think I don't really care about NVIDIA unveiling a new driver, because it will probably just sit there and ask for my email address and sit there and say, I want to fuck your woman. I want to fuck your woman. I'll be like, that's nice, graphics card. That's very nice. Yeah. And then it will sit there and be like, no, I'm the giant douche.
I'm not gonna lie. I have to laugh at the fact that in the thing that I'm scrolling through, there's a comment that is how can Sony win, and then like 2 posts up, how can Microsoft win, which is Microsoft's Project Scorpio, which I agree with Jeff, that might be the reason why it goes a little long. And Sony, I don't know how I feel about Sony this year.
I think that both sides. I think the thing is that. Sorry for cutting you off, but like I think the thing is like last year, it's like this year's a good year for Microsoft because they can sit there and say Scorpio's coming out. Xbox One exclusives are on PC still. It's like fuck, man, life's good. Life's very good right now. And then you get
that's the thing is I think Microsoft is going to turn around and start opening up its market to be. Like allow the games that are produced for the Xbox One to be dropped on the PC, which is a smart move. It opens up to a larger demographic. I would love to play Halo 4 and 5 on the PC. I would love for Halo 5 to be made better if they added 3 levels, but besides that, I'm okay.
Can I just say something? Go. You can play Halo 5 on PC.
Not legally.
No. You can play Halo 5 on PC.
Can you now?
Yeah, there's this thing called Halo 5 custom games. It's not good. But
I mean, I said on PC, not online.
No, you can play it on PC.
Can you?
Yeah. Go to the Xbox store and type in Halo.
Xbox store. A trusted Windows Store app. Let's see if I can find it. But yeah, no, I'm actually like excited about the fact of Halo first installation 01. I'm actually really excited about that because that seems like it seems like a really cool title. But at the same time, I know it's just a fan-made server and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, it's cool that like 343 and Bungie and them aren't like, and Microsoft aren't just jumping all over this development crew. But I honestly think that even though this is fan made, the Bungie and them are looking at it and going, you know what, go for it. You're giving it the market that we need, that we can't supply because we do the big budget games and we provide these really cool big budget maps, which I'm okay with, and I love the fact that that's a thing. But I also love the fact that the elites are actually back in the game too now, and like it's just so nice to see. But at the same time, I'm a little worried for how that game's going to be developed if it ends up showing up at E3 with Microsoft's support behind it, which would be like, oh, surprise, ladies and gentlemen, this is not just like a fan-made project now. We're backing this. Go for it.
I I think that the difference here is that the fact that like Microsoft is in a good position overall. Like, I don't think that they need to do that.
Well, I mean, the PS4 is now actually losing in sales to the Xbox One.
Well, okay, that's been needing to happen for a while now. Because
No, that's been happening. Like it's been happening for I think since early January, something like that.
Like the thing here is my thing here is like, Microsoft isn't like doing something revolutionary, but like the thing that like I wouldn't be surprised about the Xbox is that it's all been culminating to this point. I think installation 001 needs to challenge El Dorito, which is people want old Halo. They don't want Halo 5 anymore. Halo 5 is kind of its own thing. They want old school Halo. And I think that the market can support that game. I don't think it can support it for free to play, but I think that it can support that game. That being said, I would be more interested in seeing if Microsoft unveils a new property. And I think that that's probably the main things I'm for. The only thing, moving on to Sony and Nintendo, I don't think. Okay, well, Sony has everything to lose.
I would not actually be all that surprised.
Well, okay, Sony fucked up the PlayStation 4 Pro. Very plain and simple. Okay.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
Did they really?
Yep.
Yeah, they did. I would say.
Yeah, they did.
How many times have you heard the giant bombcast bitch about their PlayStation 4 Pros?
Yeah. Although to be fair, I thought their complaints about it was just like the publishers just not supporting it in any way.
And that's the thing is like if you're a publisher, why would you support something that really
Or even a dev.
By the way, Jeff, in response to the top Windows games and stuff like that, if you search for Windows 10, which you can't actually do,
Mm-hmm.
Hi Phantom Dust.
Yeah, high like ported old game.
I think that
you can't search, and I just went into like the top free games and top paid games, and I searched Halo, and I get Halo Wars and all of those fun jazz things, but I can't get
search Halo Forge.
Well, no, like that was me searching Halo, just Halo, and then clicking all the games available.
I'm trying to
Halo 5 Forge bundle. Immediately found it.
Done.
I wouldn't want to play this because I want to play campaign. Hey, I'm an asshole like that.
Stop being an asshole.
No.
You must stop being an asshole. That's an order, or else you're fired.
No, I don't think Sony's actually going to have a very good year this year. I think they're actually going to suffer this year.
I think that the issue this year is that the Switch. I would actually say that the console I'm more excited about right now is the Switch.
Well, we're all excited about the Switch because like the things that are potentially being released on it are just like, oh my god,
but
yes.
Like I like my Xbox One, but like I rarely play my PlayStation 4 on my Xbox One. And the issue that I mainly have with those consoles is the fact that like they're sitting on your couch and stuff like that. Whereas like I really wanted to like take a console and play it on the go. And I think that the Switch is a better solution overall. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sony makes a really nice like reason to buy some games and stuff like that. Like hell, I'm taking a week off just to play Horizon because I can. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing during my week off. Don't judge me, Josh.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I would argue that there's probably like MOBAs you can play for a week off, but whatever.
I don't want to talk about. You were on last night, weren't you?
I was tempted, but I didn't.
Okay. Did you see anything bad?
See anything bad?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good. Good. I played Dota 2.
Of course.
So Adrian and Rob, who've both been on the podcast multiple times, came at me very desperately and basically said they would buy me the compendium and the battle pass so that we can play the Dota 2 campaign. So I committed a great heresy.
You're like, well, I guess I'm jumping into this.
And I played Dota 2, and my complaint still stands that it's a MOBA. Well, okay. I never really liked Dota 2 for various reasons. I felt that there were things that it did well, and there were things that it did terribly. It was a lot more tactically superior game and stuff like that. The graphics were better, and it had a nicer finish, which is what I expect from Valve. But the pathing felt off, and it felt like as if if you were playing it like you did League, you would die very quickly. There wasn't a smooth transition there, and the nuances were very different. It's kind of like how HOTS is. How do I put? HOTS is a very good game, but HOTS kind of straddles the middle there. And then you have League on the opposite end, and then you have Dota on this other far end. And honestly, I prefer the Dota styling more so to League, but I think that the League has a better fit and finish overall. So my complaint still stands. There are some issues with it in terms of how Dota handles little things like character actions and stuff like that. That being said, I think there was more variety. But I was playing the campaign, and basically the campaign summons a bunch of minions, and you have to kill things, and it's a jolly good time. And then I discovered that you can play a character called Tiny, who is a giant rock monster.
Cool.
Yep.
I like the gimmick so far.
Okay, he can caber toss people.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he could do that.
Yeah. So you can pick a target, and you just grab something, the closest thing, and just toss it. And it's like, fuck. This game's great. This game, you can toss things into people's faces.
I'm not gonna lie, Jeff, and this is my only personal counter to the fact of that this is your favorite game. This is my favorite character because I can toss people with it. Play Montana.
Are you talking about Dota or League? Because if you're talking League, I swore off that shit years ago, man.
Not League. I was.
That's a Dota character?
No, it's not a Dota character. I'm talking about Bloodborne or Battleborn or Battle Blood, whatever it is.
Okay.
Like legit, you know as well as I do how fucking much how like that game is fun. I will freely admit it. It's actually a pretty fun game. The problem is that it came out at the same time as you know.
Here's my thing. Things I would rather do than allow Randy Pitchford to say anything at all. Play Battleborn is probably at the bottom of my list. Because here's the thing, I don't dislike Gearbox or anything like that. I like some of the things they've done in the past and stuff like that. The way Randy Pitchford handles himself is just downright insulting in some ways.
Yep. I mean, even as of late, Battleborn went free to play, and Mr. Pitchford cannot say the words free to play at all.
Well, here's my other issue is okay, they did the recent Bulletstorm remake.
Uh-huh.
That was an utter fucking train wreck, man.
And they even put it up at like full price again, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
G2A, and it's like, man, like Gearbox, I know that you lost a few screws when Gamergate happened, but your CEO really is taking that dick in to the point of where it cuts circulation up to his brain. Because he did the G2A shit, and it's like, oh my god, God. So, like, it's not a slight against Gearbox at all that I just refuse to play Battleborn. Mind you that now it's free to play, I will actually probably download it, and I'll probably be like, this game's really good. This game's really fantastic.
Just gonna warn you.
More.
Just gonna warn you that Battleborn is fucking 44 gigs. Just, I'm not sure what the hell's in there, but I'll try it and see how different it is. But
so it will take Linus 3 months in order to download.
Exactly.
Or excuse me, it will take undisclosed person here 8 months to download.
Yeah, but
it will take little Timmy in Africa, who is white, 8 months to download. Meanwhile, it will take his black neighbor with literally nothing 20 minutes.
Shut up. I want to say that Randy Pitchford is still a piece of shit, and fucking even his responses to like, oh, the game, I don't know if it's not. He literally can't say the words free to play. It's like giving him a seizure or some shit. So he's like, free to what? I don't know. It's something like that. And you look over back to Steam, and it's like, yeah, it says free to play here. So what's up with that? I don't know. It's free, I guess. It's not free. It's not free to play. It's free for momentarily. Yeah, momentarily free. It's like, the fuck is wrong with you? Do you like? Is there something mentally wrong with that man? Like, seriously? Like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, no. I mean, this is
the
CEO who did to buy the Doom game and release it.
You mean Duke Nukem?
Doom, yeah, Duke, yeah. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm thinking Doom.
That Duke Nukem game. I mean, yeah, any normal person would look at it and be like, oh, this should not be released. But like,
we're gonna scrap it and restart. That should have been the entire thought process of that product when he received it, but he didn't. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
I just like how everyone's like, Duke Nukem, and it's like, fuck. No! Like, my god, man. My god. Duke Nukem, like, god. That has to be, like, the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it
was one of the worst games.
Yeah, of all time. Of all time.
I want to say of all time.
I would say it is the worst game of all time. Probably, if not
Sonic 06, Sonic Boom, and Hatred.
To be fair, Sonic Boom is probably a lot better than Sonic 06.
To be fair, I never saw any.
Let me put it this way: that game actually has a lower Metacritic rating, or not Metacritic. Metacritic rating, or like the general overall rating is like 5 points lower than 06.
What? No, that's bullshit. I've seen 06. I gotta go see Boom, but I think
part of me is now like amazed, but not surprised.
You know what? I would just say that they're on par, because now I'm like, I don't think one's better than the other. Now I'm like, wait, hold on. Maybe one. I think the one's loading is better than the other. I think. Maybe.
Okay. Just so you know, Metacritic's rating for Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric, 32%.
That seems oddly
Sonic
too
the Hedgehog,
high.
06, 46%.
Is that user or review?
Well, I'm actually going to jump onto Metacritic because I need to double check that. User review is 3.5. Metascore is 32.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to look up Sonic 06 real quick because the score I got was from another game. Oh, there it is. And it's 46.
Okay.
And user score is 4.4. Sonic Boom is still worse than 06.
I mean,
and now I'm going to jump over to Duke Nukem real quick.
I'm pretty sure Duke Nukem. That game was so bad, and I can't believe I knew a kid who liked it.
Whoa, what the hell? Okay, Duke Nukem Forever, released in 2011.
Yeah.
49%. So not only is Sonic 06 worse,
But
it's worse by a margin of like 0.5.
so here's my thing, and I got a really dumb Duke Nukem story. I had a friend who liked Duke. Keyword here is had a friend who liked Duke Nukem.
Okay. My first question in response is, was he mentally handicapped?
What?
Was he handicapped? That's really... Oh boy.
I don't want to say anything, but yes.
Was he not as
He was
bright
fucked
as
up
other
in the
light bulbs?
head. He was the person who sat there and said, "What league champion would you bang?" randomly during our conversation.
Okay.
So-
What was the other game I said? Hatred?
Yeah, Hatred. I never heard anything bad about Hatred, but back
See,
to
other than like the game is just over the top retarded. It's like I think the game itself played fine.
I still think like nothing can compare to the terribleness of Duke Nukem, a game that I literally pushed myself to finish, just because I sat there and said, this can't be this terrible, this won't be this bad, there's no way in hell this is this bad. Oh God, it was that bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Then again, that's me with the Elder Scrolls Online series, because that's now a thing with the fact that now instead of being a new Morrowind remake or a new Morrowind single player story and stuff like that, it's Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind, and I'm like, fuck. So I'm not exactly like super excited about anything that Bethesda is releasing currently. Then again, though, I will say for the most part with this, with how like all the series and stuff are going on, with like how the gaming like field is looking right now. I'm actually like not too concerned, because we're getting a lot of good games. We're getting some games you should feel sketchy about, and you're getting some games you're like, that's either going to be really bad or really good game.
I just, the only game I'm actually kind of excited about is Agents of Mayhem right now, for two reasons. One, it's made by the same people who made Saints Row, probably my favorite sandbox game of all time.
And there's a Saints Row character showing up in for.
That has a lot to do with it. I mean, the boss is probably the greatest character ever written for any video game ever. It has Burt Reynolds. Deckers Must Die is probably one of my favorite missions ever. And yeah, like Saints Row is not in my top 5 games, but it's in my top 10. Like 3 and 4 especially. So.
I have to say, what's the lore of not Saints Row, but Saints Row?
Okay, so at the end of Saints Row 4, they get access to a time machine. So the Saints are just fucking up history. And
okay.
So
they fucked it in the right way.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, can we be honest here? Saints Row 4 probably has one of the best intros ever.
And world peace or end all world hunger. and then you're like, these are some really important decisions.
You kill one of the antagonists from the third game, and then you literally land into the presidential office from a missile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what else? You can punch a guy in the face, or you can punch him in the balls.
Pretty much.
Yep, that's very important decision making right there.
And then you don't have the penetrator anymore.
Darn it.
I thought it was named. I thought it was named something else.
The penetrator?
Yeah.
I think it was called the penetrator. So, but you could have sex with everyone in that game. That game was great. So
I mean, we all know what Jeff did on the side.
I mean, like, let's be honest. There was an achievement there, stuff like that. So I needed to sleep with everyone multiple times in order to make sure I had this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Anything?
But yeah.
Yeah, we should move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot about video games for the past 20 minutes. We should actually discuss something about one of your guys' topics, since you guys know I don't have any topics this week.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, mine are just thrown up there because I was like, oh, these are interesting topics, I think.
I mean, we talked about E3. We talked about the Caber Toss Tiny. Should we talk about the new Bubsy game?
The new Bubsy game? What?
There's a new Bubsy game.
Who wanted this? Who? What year is this? Like,
asked for this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what year
Can
is
you?
it?
I am actually going to ask you to link it in chat so I can look at this, because yeah.
Hold on. See if I can find Bubsy at all anywhere, because I know I've seen some stories of it, of like, yeah, apparently there's a new Bubsy game coming out, and people are just rubbing their eyes in disbelief, going like, the fuck? Why? Who? When? Who's doing this? Who's publishing it? Who's developing it? Is it any good? It's like, oh, it's so weird. So far from what I've seen, oh, here it is. No, wait, sorry, that's the old one. Let's see if I can find the new Bubsy.
So here's a question: does Bubsy randomly get the Berserk armor from Berserk?
No.
I mean,
although they did pull the voice actor for from the cartoon to do the video game voice, which is interesting. Or did they pull the voice actor from the 3D game, which is, to be fair, like the voice actor is okay, but it's like, I don't know, like it just comes down to the question again: why is this a thing? Maybe it could be good. I don't know.
okay, so who's publishing this?
Accolade.
Yeah. So
It just looks like a 2D platformer, basically.
I mean, I'll give it this. The graphics look okay.
Yeah. Although the zooming on his head is a
It looks like a world made of Play-Doh.
yeah. Oh, and the zoom in on the character model looks a bit off. Like they.
Okay, before you carry on, I love the fact that the reporter is like, it's a platforming game, right? Running, jumping, gliding, they're all metaphors for life. Just ask Mario. Do you know Mario? No, what's your point? I'm actually like, that's a good way to do that. That's a funny one. Oh man.
Yeah, so it's a thing, and it's happening.
I mean, it could be worse.
I mean, we could actually have a good game come.
Well, that's the thing. You gotta remember, like, even though this is Bugsy, it could actually be like a straight up, actually like a really good game.
Yeah, that
we
too.
just don't know yet.
Yeah, like, I mean, even back in the day, it was okay at certain points when you're playing it, but the only problem with Bubsy in the first place was they're trying to rip off Sonic, and they never understood why Sonic was good, or trying to figure out, how do you make a good platformer. So it's just, you get into sections of like, oh, you're going so fast, and then you hit into something that you could not foresee whatsoever, and then you just lose everything that you tried to get. And it's like, well, great. Now I go back to the beginning, or I could just throw this game over my shoulder and play something else.
Isn't Bubsy one of the worst games ever made? Alan, quick, check the Metacritic score.
I don't think Metacritic was around at that time.
It's Bubsy 3D that you're thinking of. That's the worst one, because that one is terrible. So bad. It's one of those early precursor, like, oh, 3D's a thing, so let's try to make a 3D platformer game. And of course, this is like, I want to say this is after Mario, so they could have looked at that and said, oh, this is how you do it. And it's like, no, didn't even do it that way. They're just like, fucking. Just did this terrible like isometric view, so you couldn't really figure out where you're supposed to jump, and the dimensions are so fucked that you look every time you spin the camera around, the scenery kind of warps in and out, and you're like, the hell is going on? Looks like you're watching that stupid let's play of that art Bubsy game someone published. What was it, by Arcade Kids? Like, have you guys seen that?
No idea.
Oh, there's some other like Bubsy game, but instead of being like about a platformer, is about Bubsy going to an art museum and going through this trippy bullshit of like, oh, art museum, and then fuck, so hard to describe, but it's like, yeah, goes to the art museum, check out the art, he's checking out himself, and then it turns into this fucking kaleidoscope of bullshit. Nah, that's about it. But yeah, all I have to say is like, Bubsy's a thing now, and this could be good. I mean, it could.
That's the thing is like, again, as we all know, it's like, it looks okay for the most part.
Yeah,
like, it could be worse. It could be a hell of a lot worse. We all know that.
Oh yeah, exactly. It could have just been like, hey, we're gonna 3D port the first game, and everyone goes, no. Just gonna remake the first one exactly with 3D. There's a reason why that game is not that great. Oh no. How far along are you developing it? 87%? Oh no. Well, maybe you can tweak the level design a bit. Oh,
like,
we finished it.
See, that's the thing though. That's the catch with the development cycles is sometimes you sometimes you catch like bad games early and they get dismissed actually pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you can tell for the most part, like, I think with Bugsy, I actually think the company that's developing it was is actually like straight up going to be like doing it like proper development cycle and all that stuff. Because like, again, like, when you look at the images, they look pretty solid for the most part. It's just we need to see what gameplay is like for the most part.
Yeah. So whatever. Hold judgment until it's fully released, I guess.
Well, that's what you should always do. You should always hold judgment until the game's fully released. But it would be nice if we had some confirmation or something like that, because this game is, I believe AVGN called it best, one of the worst platformers ever made.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's lying when he says that. But
I wouldn't think he's.
But I do think
I wouldn't think he's lying either, because like, I've seen some gameplay of like the original Bugsby, and I'm just like,
and it's bad. It's bad, right?
Yeah, real bad.
So bad. But the other thing is like, holding off is more important than anything else. Like, this is why people say don't pre-order.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay. I and here's the thing that I counter for people who say don't pre-order. I actually really hate people who say don't pre-order. There are times where I'm like, yeah, no, you should pre-order. And the for me, like, how I do my pre-orders is in one of three ways. One, it's a game series and a game company that not only are they going to do so goddamn well with this game that you can afford to pre-order it more than 3 months in advance. Stage two is, okay, this game looks really interesting, but I don't know when it's coming out. I'm gonna sit down and talk and see how soon it's coming out. If you find out it's about a month away, and you're like, well, you know what? I'll put $10 down on it and see how it looks in a few weeks. And if I don't want it by then, I'll just get rid of it. And 3, you pre-order it a week ahead of time because you know, like, you've now seen everything. You're like, no, I'll buy this game.
I agree with you in some aspects, and I disagree with you in others. And the only reason why I disagree with you on the others is because I don't think pre-ordering nowadays is a viable way to judge a game. And I think that the game industry has changed in such a way where they no longer matter. And I don't like the idea. Like I don't like the idea of people holding content back on a game because we need a pre-order bonus. I don't like that. I never have.
No. But that's the thing is, I don't say pre-order because you get a pre-order bonus. I don't say that. I say pre-order because you want the game.
Yeah.
I never pre-order for pre-order bonus except for once, and it wasn't super bad.
But you immediately regretted it.
But it like at the same time, I'm just like, I feel kind of cheated.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Is like it makes sense in one sense and stuff like that, and it doesn't in others. And
yeah.
It depends on the person. I think.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. It's like a fine wine, guys. Like you can't. Oh God, how am I going to do this? You can't always be winners. So, anyways, we have to move on from Bubsy because, God damn it, we wanted that shit.
Oh, I was like, man, when is the next Bubsy game gonna come out? And then they're like, oh, we're making the Bubsy, and I'm like, yeah,
the Bubsy.
yeah, oh yeah, oh.
I can tell you what game I'm excited for.
Oh.
I finished Doom recently.
At long last.
At long last, I finished Doom. I just kind of... Okay, so I was on the last level and I just needed to fucking finish it.
Right.
So, I finished it, and that ending is great. And I think I could...
Oh, yeah. No. I fully agree with you. It's a fun way to end it.
Yeah. So, I wanted to talk about other endings we appreciated, and I have to go let one of my dogs in. Because he's a fuck. So, give me one... So...
Adorable fuck.
Yeah. So, anyways, you guys talk about the endings, and I'm gonna go let my dog in.
To be fair, I haven't really finished it, but I do kind of know what the ending is, which is
I love the fact that way the ending is done. And since you haven't finished yet, but I've watched a Let's Play of it. Essentially, you get thrown back into hell at the end of the game.
Right.
Not by your choice either.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spoil out the reasons why it happens, how it happens, and stuff like that. But you basically get thrown back into hell. And the final cutscene of the game is phenomenal.
I just hope all the demons just take a look at you and they're like, he killed so many of us already. Do we make a leap at all? Like, do we leap backwards? Do we run away? I don't know. Because like it gets to a point with these, especially with Doom, the one that originated this entire thing is like when you get to 50% of your goal, and the enemy should just look at you and be like, I don't think we can stop this fuck. Can we stop this fuck? No. We should just step back and let him go, because oh God, we can't do anything to him. It's like we've tried shooting at him, we tried jumping at him, we tried throwing more bodies at him. Nothing seems to stop this stupid douche. So
yeah.
You think
I think one of my favorite images that I've seen online, and I'll see if I can find it for later on. But it's the question is, do you think Doom Guy suffers from PTSD? Not everybody has PTSD from traumatic events. That's because Doom Guy is the traumatic effect. Effect. And I'm just like, that's amazing.
That kind of is what Doom Guy is, like, especially in this series. But no, I don't think Doom Guy suffers from PTSD. I think he suffers from traumatic event syndrome, where he creates traumatic events for people.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll freely say this about the way they do the Doom guy in the most recent game. It's like actually like they do him so well. I love the way they do the glory kills. I love the way they do some of the cutscenes and like discussions in the like when the story actually happens. It's not like super intrusive story. It's quick, bang. There's the story. Move on to the kill. Go kill the next group of guys, and you end up fighting in like battle arenas after battle arenas after battle arenas. And sometimes you go through the corridor ones, which are actually like I think the harder parts of the game. From what I've seen people playing it, is they find that fighting their way through a
narrow hallway.
Yeah, like because you don't have the maneuver room like you're used to with the battle arenas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like for the most part, you just kind of like you're like, well, okay, I actually have to think about how I'm going to engage in this fight, which honestly is pretty, in my opinion, is actually pretty funny because like you're like, oh, well, I'm used to just like literally blowing up everything in front of me and just not stopping. Because I am literally unstoppable.
You could like go down the list of of what you could do is like, okay, either take out the big guy in the back first, then I can take out these other guys here, and then I can just use these guys as meat shields for a little bit, and then I can do this, or you take out the BFG, fuck all that, and then just keep walking. Which I like that option. It's quite nice. Although you have to have that gun in the first place, but that option is always fantastic. It's like, oh, it's a fully charged? It is? Well, these guys are not going to see morning. No,
here's the thing, is the person I watch play through, which is Markiplier, who loves Doom. Jeff, I think he rivals you for Doom. But like, holy cow, there are some days where you're just like sitting down and I'm just like, I love, like, Mark was playing against like the big devil boss at where like you basically kill him, get the energy rise, restabilize everything, and then you immediately get thrown to hell with him, and I'm like, oh my god. And he's just like, oh my god. And that's the reason why I love the game, because like when I was watching Markiplier play it, because like if I ever play it, I kind of want to play it like the style of Markiplier does, which is actually like going for everything he can in one go and then going back and replaying it. Thought Jeff had come back, but he had not.
Hi.
I have failed.
What?
Hello, welcome back.
Hey. Yeah. Sorry, demons were invading, so I had to kill them.
Oh, that's what it was.
Nothing new.
Yeah.
I mean, unlike in 40K, where if demons show up, you're straight up fucked.
Well, have you met 40K demons? They're actually quite nice, Alan. I mean, you just need to be a little bit more accepting of their demonic rituals, and not just calling them heretics every 5 seconds.
I understand where you're coming from. But no, they're fucking heretics, and you fucking know it.
I completely agree with you, but they're totally not that bad of people. Alan, you just have to look past all of their swords and destruction and inducing hatred and other than that, did you guys talk about really good endings? Because I got another one too.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Mass Effect 2's ending is probably one of the best endings.
Mass Effect 2...
I mean, okay, hang on. I like Mass Effect 2's ending. I like Mass Effect 1's ending. I enjoy Mass Effect 3 ending. I understand what people's complaints are about it, but holy crap, do they blow it out of proportion.
The original endings were shit, but whatever.
What?
The original endings for 3 were shit, but whatever.
They weren't. I will say this again. They weren't the worst, because Jesus Christ, there could have been a lot of things a lot worse in that game.
They're all the same ending. They're all the same.
No, 3 is a massive letdown.
Yeah, they're all the same. Even when you're like, oh, I'm totally the most hardcore of hardcore people, not letting them in any sort of situation, you still get the same ending as some other fucktard who got a better, went all high road. So it's like, really? Like, that's not how you do endings at all. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, the reason why I like Mass Effect 2's ending is because the final boss fight is probably one of the coolest boss fights ever, because you're basically fighting a giant human Reaper hybrid.
That's incomplete.
That is incomplete. Keyword is incomplete.
That's an
and
ending.
It's the most badass thing ever, because you have to sit there and go, oh shit.
Unless you have like 12 rounds of nukes, and then you're just like, oh, this is stupid easy.
Oh, Mr. Fancy with his nuclear armament. Oh, so fun.
I'm sorry, I saw that thing when it started crawling up. I was just like, and switching to the heavy weapon.
See, I had
like I suspect like if I didn't have nuclear weapons, I almost guarantee you that would have been a lot harder a fight. I would have agreed with you. However, at the same time, I feel like the rule of surprise, it's a human Reaper. That's why people are being abducted. I'm like, the moment the Reapers are involved, if the humans are being abducted, there's something going on. So it's got to be something like when I started thinking out like they were just kidnapping humans, not killing them. I was just like, cool. They're doing one of three things. They're processing them and turning them into collectors, or there's a Reaper in the center of the galaxy, and I was partially right.
They were doing both. They were murdering them and converting them into a Reaper.
Oh yeah, no, I get that, but at the same time, I'm just like, yep.
Of course, they were doing this. They're Reapers. They hate everything.
Yep. Although, wasn't there there's a reason for like they're turning it into a human, because if they were like modeling it after the strongest alien out there or something, right? I forget.
The most capable.
Yeah.
Okay.
They take the highest ranking like civilizations out of all the galaxies,
Right.
and they convert them all into Reapers, so that the Reaper the most like capable Reapers of the next generation are like stronger, more capable, and they start with humans because we literally just fucked one of the leaders.
Yeah, we killed
Reapers.
one. We killed a Reaper.
We killed a Reaper with minimal losses and fucked them over with their plans. And now when that's the reason why when they start off Mass Effect 3, that's the reason why when Reapers show up, Earth is the first place hit. It's none of the other. It's not the Turian homeworld. It's not the Asari. It's not the Quarian fleet. It's not the Krogan homeworld. It's none of those places. It's Earth that's hit first and hit the hardest, because they know they're gonna have a hard fight to take Earth.
Mm.
And you gotta remember, humanity actually does straight up destroy several Reapers before we actually get to the end game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
I mean for like a reason.
Shepard's the only one who kills them.
No, they actually do they've acknowledged in the fact that like in the forces that are fighting back on Earth do kill several Reapers.
Okay.
I was gonna say, wasn't no, I mean like a lore reason for why the Reaper looked like a human, like was it because it was just cuz, or
it was just incomplete.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an incomplete Reaper.
okay, because I remember playing that and going like, oh, this is a cool fight, just a giant dude and you shoot him a lot and whatever, but then in the back of my head I was just thinking, wait, why is it a human? Why in the fuck does it look like a human? Why does it have 5 fingers and on 2 eyes? Why in the fuck is this a human? Because that's the only question that kept running through my head. It was like, was it because of the bodies that they're eating or something? I don't know. I thought there was a reason for that, but I can't remember.
Well, like, okay, so what was the question again?
Why did the Reaper look like a human? That's the only thing I couldn't grasp around in my head. It was like, why did the final boss look like a human?
Because
it could be anything.
Okay, so originally in the concept page, it looked more like Sovereign and stuff like that, but with a human skull. The reason why they were making it look like a more human is because it was incomplete and stuff like that. So they're making it look more and more like, instead of being like an actual Reaper, because the Reapers are millennia old, I believe.
Right. Right.
So, like, not all Reapers look like the Reapers that we see. They're actually based on a race called Leviathans, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Which you find out, which again, and that's something I agree with you about, like prepaid, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because when you actually see what a Reaper, a Leviathan actually looks like in game,
It looks like an organic
holy-
Reaper.
It looks like an organic Reaper, and holy crap, it's fucking terrifying. It's like they are actually the size of like the destroyer size Reapers, and that's the small ones.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like,
And it's just so cool. It's so well done.
yeah. Like, it's almost as if, like, Mass Effect... Like, the thing with the Reapers, though, was, like, the human Reapers, they're meant to be... They're taking form after that race. So, it would have looked like the Iron Giant. At some
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like, it would have been like the Iron Giant. But, like, they don't... not all of the Reapers just immediately, like, disappear and stuff like that. They're still around. Harbinger's the original Reaper after all, so...
I didn't think it was. I thought it was somebody else.
No, Harbinger's the original Reaper.
Huh.
Oh my! I keep forgetting that the Mass Effect games have an online feature, and I just found a picture of their skins for the Halloween, and oh shit! Oh boy, this is most interesting. Hold on, let's see if I should share it in chat. I'll have to show the goddamn image, but whatever. Click the link and see the friggin' Halloween skins. Like, okay.
No, it was like, okay, you have to admit the Halloween skins were actually like really cool because they were pretty cool, well thought out.
Yeah. It was just like, I'm just looking at the jack-o'-lantern one. I'm like, fuck, he has no head now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, they made Scarecrow. Oh. But
I just feel it's kind of out of place for future people, but I'm like, whatever. It's a video game. You get to do whatever you want.
So during Shepard's encounters with the Leviathan reveals that Harbinger was the first Reaper created. It was formed in the image of the Leviathans. The Calilex directed the Reapers in order to harvest the galaxy in order to every 50,000 years. And each harvest ends with the birth of a new Reaper made in Harbinger's image. So they were making... So eventually the human Reaper would have looked like Harbinger.
Harbinger eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it'd be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not... Like, the thing with Sovereign is... Like, the thing with all of the Reapers and Sovereign and stuff like that is that's one of the things that disappointed me with Mass Effect Andromeda was that they could have made a reference to the Reapers.
It coulda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, you would think that they would sit there and say, like, hey, there's this... Hey, the Reapers are hopefully non-existent, and then you see one and it's like, oh, fuck. They're not all dead.
Or they maybe even shoot them out to other galaxies because they're like, well, fuck them.
Well, like, even just a wink and a nod would have been nice. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I haven't played Mass Effect Andromeda, but like I'm assuming that they don't mention it because nobody has sat there and been like, Reaper!
Yeah. Well, no, it's actually the way they do it in Andromeda, because I've played Andromeda all the way up until like I think the last level. I think I have to do one more thing. But for the most part, like they do mention like the reason why like the main proctors for like it's strongly hinted at that it's like a shadow council that actually encourages this product of like we should evacuate, we should send these ships off to the Andromeda galaxy to colonize it. Yeah, sure, colonize it. And a lot of people are like, well, what about the Reapers in the unknown regions? It's like, well, yeah, they're not, but the way they send out the ships is not the same way the Reapers are, and the Reapers can't like intercept something that's already going faster than light.
Yeah, the Reapers...
So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, like the thing with the Reapers is that the Reapers are space-going race and stuff like that, but like they use the they basically use similar warp travel and stuff like that as every other race, I believe. Like, they're constricted to the laws of physics in some way, I think.
Oh yeah.
And like, they're not going. I don't think they're going 50,000 kilometers an hour, or like the speed of light. They're going like a very slow rate. Right. Like, they come to destroy Earth. Oh no! Wait, no, they are going faster than light. But they come and destroy, and then they go out, and then they come back. And so, like, who knows where their home planet, like, where they're going to, but they're doing it. So.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing is like honestly for me, in the most part, it's like I kind of like just sit down and I look at the stuff and I just go, well, But at the same time, I'm like I don't just. It's weird. Like, I know the timeline, or like the lore of the universe is a little weird right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mass Effect.
Mass Effect's good.
Mass Effect's good. Like, mind you, they're shelving the Mass Effect series now.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. It's what do you think about so Josh, do you have any endings that you prefer? I'm assuming you guys talked about some stuff while I was gone.
Oh, we did.
Well, we talked about the ending that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If there's endings I prefer, frick. If I can remember one. To be fair, I'm always one of those people that, they rent games on the weekend and maybe get like halfway if they're lucky, and then they're like, oh, I have to give it back to the rental store. Even like in most recent times, I don't think I ever completed a game really, unless I was really fucking into it. You know what? Final Fantasy X. I have finished that because that game was just so fucking bonkers. Like, freaking gets to a point with the story where the ghost child that's been talking to you through the entirety of the adventure goes, yeah, we're kind of in a dream of someone else's sleep, and yeah, we kind of just don't exist in general. And of course, you as the player, and even Titus goes, the fuck? Really? This really? This is all a dream for someone else? Like, what the hell? It was like, it was just so weird. It gets to the point of existentialism of like, do we need to do anything here? Do we need to keep going? Do we need to stop? It's so fucking weird. Especially when you fight the end boss too. That's fucking weird too.
And then
well, a big thing for me is the game that I most recently finished completing is Halo Wars 2, and I just linked in for the viewers, and I'm gonna see if Jeff can link the video that I just linked in chat. And it's literally my favorite cutscene. Yeah, it's the final cutscene of the game, but it's done so well. Like, everything about the scene just shows like surprise, we've literally just beat an enemy that should have destroyed us on first contact. And it's done in a way that's like, it makes so much sense too.
Didn't Atriox destroy them multiple times during the process?
He was the thing is, even though Atriox is like a really like capable commander and like straight up, but the thing is, it's not Atriox you're fighting throughout the game. You never fight Atriox until the final mission, and even when you finally face Atriox, it's a hard damn fight on even normal. Like, you're there for like I sat down when I was playing this game, and we were on normal playing the second last mission. I sat there and tried 6 or 7 times before I figured out the strategy I needed to do. And I'm like, it's so hard because like, he's like, the moment you go, oh, well, I'll go after this objective first, and you start to maneuver towards it, the AI starts to respond to you. And you're like, how am I supposed to beat this? And like, you have the ability to go like rescue a base in the game, and when you get the warning about the base being attacked, it's already half destroyed, and you have to get there before it's destroyed to like get the benefits of everything. And you're like, oh my god, I have to hump ass so hard.
Hump ass?
I gotta hump that bugger.
It's a well in the military when you hump in and you hump out. It's like move marching and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we should move on to another topic.
Sure.
More near shit.
Yeah, there's could be a basically there's a Twitter link there. If you look at it, someone posted a image of what looks like to be a one of those showcase sets or those what's it called? This tri-collection games of like, oh hey, this game had a long series, so we're gonna remake all 3 of them and shove them on a PS4 disc. And this kind of looks like that's gonna happen, like with what's it, Nier Gestalt, original Nier, and then Nier Replicant. And
I like the fact that the response from Yoko Taro is, I guess this is a fake picture, maybe.
yeah, exactly.
And I'm just like, wow, you are an asshole.
Yeah, it's like, guess it's fake. I guess I don't know. People are like, what? Is it not real? It's so good, and I have a feeling it's probably just super real because you know what? It could be. And that in Japan has very weird tendencies of revealing things in the weirdest way. Like when, not Nier, but the other Platinum game that got released on Steam, Vanquish. When that got shown on, like when that was like rumored to be coming out, there was a for like Bayonetta or another Platinum game, there was a image of just the headshot of the main hero of Vanquish just in the game files for some reason, and people going like, why is this here? And this was like newly updated with this just the headshot. So people are looking at this update and going, this is really small, where is this? And people are looking through the files and found the headshot and going, why is this here? Why is this here?
Why is this a thing?
Yeah, that's like Japanese are super weird at announcing shit apparently, and this could be real. I mean, again, the dude himself is like, yeah, it could be. I kind of hope it's real because that'd be great. I could just throw more money at my video games here. I can always do that.
Yeah.
Just have just a massive huge collection.
I just don't think that like. Okay, so like all of the Niers have been very different games.
Yeah.
We have Nier Gestalt, and we have Nier Replicant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is a smart move, but I think that it can be done well. If it's a PlayStation exclusive, that would be interesting, but I don't really care.
Well, the thing is, if you look at the image closely, you can see a Steam logo.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is I'm not going to mention that.
Well, I don't like honestly the way it looks is, but the thing is, of the moment somebody's like, well, it's good, there's a Steam logo, and I'm like, yeah, but like at the same time, they just brought out Nier Automata. Mm-hmm. So if they're doing this right now, like if this was announced like in like let's say the end of August to come out in December, I'd be like, yeah, no, that's a fantastic move, but it's so soon to the release of what's it called? Nier Automata. I don't know if it's gonna actually be a thing or not.
I would expect it to be a few years away.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yep.
And
so that's a thing. And what else is there on the docket? Palmer Luckey is doing shit.
Palmer Luckey is doing stuff again.
Huh. And who's Palmer Luckey again?
Palmer Luckey is the Oculus founder who got attacked for having an opinion.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't heard this yet, so what's going on?
Okay, so Palmer Luckey recently announced that he was doing something, and it's funny because Palmer Luckey is been reported to set up a virtual border wall so that if immigrants illegally pass over the border, Trump people will know. He also wants to fund an animation for RIM.
Rim.
Yeah, the anime, I think it is. But like, yeah, he's doing stuff again, and it's interesting. Like, the silence has ended. Yay! And like again, like this is a guy who is a multimillionaire, has done way more in his life than I will ever probably accomplish. And
I get a feeling Jeff doesn't like him.
no, okay, so, but like he was like he's probably one of the most influential people in gaming right now, other than all how Oculus was handled. But yeah, like there's a ton of little things that happened to this guy over the course of during the election. One of which I am gonna say was completely unacceptable and fucking garbage. Because why would you do that? And then partner that with the giant bomb. We're gonna give this the hottest or worst thing ever because white supremacy. That was like, wow, okay, really? Like, really?
To be fair, like when you keep thinking about like, okay, the worst thing ever, or that worst thing ever award, and you keep stacking it up against the white supremacy bullshit, just nothing beats it. Like literally nothing beats that.
Okay, is the
like how it's like the only thing that could beat it. The only thing that could beat it is like Hitler came back again. It's like that's the only way.
But Josh, here's the thing: it won for all of the wrong reasons.
Did it? Did it really?
Yeah, it did. Because think about it like this: do you think Palmer Luckey is a white supremacist from putting a meme of Hillary Clinton in a town?
Didn't he throw money at this shit,
Yeah,
though?
he did. He did. He threw money at this shit. It's his fucking money. He's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's white supremacy bullshit, isn't it?
Wasn't a white. No, it's not. If anything, all he did was he sat there and he threw money at something he probably thought was funny. That doesn't mean he's a white supremacist.
I don't know.
I mean, the thing about whole about that is like that illustrates exactly why I don't think he got a fair shake. I don't think he's a white supremacist. His girlfriend got stalked. What else? He was basically thrown under the bus repeatedly, multiple times actually. Yeah, like the guy deserves a fair shake. And like if throwing money at a company that is setting up a billboard is a terrible thing, then man, I really, really, really don't think that people understand what a white supremacist looks like. Because like again, like, is that wrong? Is it wrong for having an opinion? And it isn't. It isn't wrong having an opinion. Me and you disagree all the time. So like, yeah, like I don't.
That's the thing, though, is in my opinion, with like the people who keep saying, "Oh, you're a racist because this," like I looked at someone and said, when I commented one time, I said to an Irishman, I'm like, so what do you want for your morning coffee? And he's like, well, and I'm like, do you want some Baileys? And he's like, he looked at me, he's like, first off, that's racist. He's like, no, that's a stereotype. And then his response is, secondly, yes, I would like some Baileys. And I'm like, ha, so it's not racist, it's a stereotype. And that's the thing, is a lot of people fail to realize that, like, a lot of people are like, stereotypes are racist, and I'm like, well, no, they're generally based in a lot of fact. Like we joke about black people like watermelon and fried chicken. Surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Some of them do.
Surprise, surprise. A lot of them do, actually, apparently, because but the thing is, like, there's nothing like the people who are racists, and that's the thing is they are people who straight up believe they are superior based on like where they were born or or like what skin color they were.
Morality.
That's and no, not even morality, because morality is again subjective. But that's the thing is that morality comes from where they were raised and how they were taught.
Mm-hmm.
They say the Republicans are racist, even though they want black people to be like, yeah, no, we just want you guys to get some photo ID. And when people comment like, yeah, do you know how to get photo ID? They're like, yeah, you just go down to the government building. It costs you $5. And like, yeah, it's not that hard to get. It takes you all of 5 minutes to do. The Republicans aren't like, they're not being racist. They're just like looking at the general population. It's like, yeah, can you just do this for us if we put it into law? And they're like, and most people are like, yeah, sure. But the people who are racist are the people who are like, well, black people can't do this, da 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 da. You're like, you don't realize that you are incredibly racist.
It's one of those things where it's like the conversation has become like the thing is like it goes back to the giant bomb thing. Is like the entire thing that happened to Palmer Luckey was a shit show, and it's good to see him getting back on his feet again. And like,
oh yeah,
and like to say something is like, is it racist? Is it more racist to hate a different skin color, or is it the exact, or is it worse in order to sit there and treat somebody different because of their skin color? Like treat them better because of their skin color. Because I honestly feel as if both are equally terrible. I honestly think that both are equally subjective.
Oh no, I completely get what you mean by that. I actually am a very big advocator for judge someone by what they do, not what they look like.
I have had friends sit there and say to me that I have had people sit there and call me a racist for merely explaining a stereotype.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
I worked with a racist. I worked with a person who advocated for genocide. Okay? Okay? I know what a racist looks like. I don't need to be called one. But it's stuff like that that's like, okay, like when we sit there and have this conversation, I want when people are listening to this, I want everyone to think about, you know, what is a fair shake in this scenario? And did somebody do something wrong? And I think that the answer will surprise you in some ways. So, yeah. Is that a podcast? Do we have a podcast?
That's a podcast.
I think that's a podcast.
I think that's a podcast.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the
Black Mind podcast, episode 102.
And we yeah.
I didn't talk about dicks at all, except for now, because dicks.
We need to fill a quota, Josh. No.
Dicks, pussy dicks,
dolphin dicks. Dolphin dicks are so weird. They're like pointed.
Nope, we're stopping. God damn it.
You know how many STDs
Josh,
they have and STIs? Like, they're just coated.
I don't
completely,
want
they're like
no, stop talking. Josh, I will come down there and break your house open and break your legs.
I will break you like you broke my mother.
Oh, it's so funny. So funny.
I didn't say anything like that, but okay.
Yes, you did.
Oh, God.
Dolphin pussy.
That's so bad.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening. As always, you know what to do. Blah 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 blah.
Please subscribe, thumbs up, comment, subscribe again. Twitter.
Listen to our terrible racist talks about how we hate everyone.
Follow. We hate all majorities and minorities. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Tinder. Follow us on
Don't follow us on Tinder.
Follow us on MySpace.
We have a MySpace?
Follow us on... Is there any other old ancient websites you can follow us on?
Follow us on Friendster.
Yeah, follow us on Friendster. Follow us on Canoe Mail.
Yeah. Okay, I've stopped the recording.
Okay.